old stadium, loved by many, not necessarily by everybody, but it's going now.
Well, you're right. It wasn't loved by everybody because it had a few difficulties. Getting in and getting out were the two major difficulties. And then if you were a player, the dressing rooms were so small.
Yes.
This studio is fairly small, but the dressing rooms in there were even smaller than that. So very, very small dressing rooms, very cramped conditions. Its massive positives were the atmosphere. Everybody thought about the atmosphere it generated here. And the second thing is the pitch. This is the best playing surface imaginable. It is just like a carpet. And if you can't hurl here, if you couldn't hurl here, you couldn't hurl.
Yeah.
I think everybody that played here, Michael, and everybody who once they got in here, they said this is some place to watch a match. Now, the downside were the other things I said, the getting in, getting out, the size of the dressing rooms, the tunnel underneath the stand, which was, you know, I know how it passed health and safety. Was there any health and safety in 1976?
We don't need it.
Yeah, exactly. There was none of that there at that time, but it wouldn't pass any of those inspections nowadays. But I will, anyway, from my own point of view, I will look back on it with massive affection and say, you know, here was a place where we had some of our greatest days.
All right, lads, throw in for this Munster final is at 4 o'clock.
The Munster final.
Páirc Uí Chaoimh. The Munster final.
The Munster final.
Páirc Uí Chaoimh.
Across towards the Boss Mulcahy. That's another goal.
This old place holds very special memories.
Here's a chance. And Kieran Carey has put it over the bar. It's all over. Limerick are the Munster champions.
To win a Munster senior medal is one of your boyhood dreams.
So McMahon into that wind. Clare have beaten Tipperary so infrequently in the championship, but this is one of those great days for them.
Beating Tip made it really sweet.
Tommy Dunn. Lovely striking action. Tipperary have had the final say. They are Munster champions for 2001.
Well, we'd lost twice in Páirc Uí Chaoimh. We didn't want to lose another one.
First time since 1963, 29 long years.
We finally won after so many years of trying.
The Munster final.
The Munster final.
It's always difficult. You know what I'm saying, there's a great tradition down here. Look, at the end of the day, I believe we have what it takes, but I also know it'll take everything we have.
What sort of game do you expect?
I think a kind of a traditional game, 2-15s kind of lining out, maybe just kind of normal positions, good game of hurling, ideal conditions, perfect day, perfect pitch, no excuses.
Have you spoken about trying to spoil the Páirc Uí Chaoimh send-off, spoil the party?
Well, that's the plan. You know, it's not going to be easy, but I said, look, at the end of the day, we're here, we're going to try and win the game, we're going to go at it from the word go, and you know what I'm saying, we need a few breaks along the way, and look, I suppose Munster finals and these, they kind of come down to small things, and I'm hoping that everything is right for us. Everything looks good, everything seems right. All we got down is perform today.
Has the wait for a Munster title been too long?
It's just a lot longer for other teams, but I mean, you know, in Cork there's always high expectations, and I suppose having lost the final last year, we're very, very determined to try and make up for that if we can.
With so much focus on it being the final game of Páirc Uí Chaoimh, does that add a sense of expectation or pressure today?
No, it doesn't worry me at all. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we're totally focused on the game. It doesn't worry me whether it's played here in Thurles or Limerick. Our total focus is on the game and getting our team right, and I've no interest in any side effects that go with that.
What do you expect from Limerick?
Same as always, very, very focused team, very seasoned team, battle hardened, as I said during the week, who've been around the block and beat us last year, so I'm expecting a huge challenge, and given that they beat Tipperary in Thurles, I suppose that was a great boost to their confidence as well, so I'm expecting a massive challenge, and just one I'm hoping we'll be able for.
Good luck today.
Thank you very much.
That is the
These four fellas is because those four played together in the Limerick Under-21 team in 2011.
Yes.
And they beat Cork in the Munster final that year.
Yes.
Now, they beat a Cork team that has four of the starting defenders for Cork today. You know,
Okay.
Damien Cahalane was there, Christopher Joyce was there, Lachlan McLaughlin and Mark Ellis. And even Willem Egan, you know, who will come on today. Now, they scored 420 in that game. They have underperformed since. You know, they haven't made that step up to senior yet. Today is the day. They must go from an underage player today to be a real senior player. If they do, Limerick have a real chance.
All right, and one final thought on this match in terms of a close look at the analysis of it. Cyril, you've been looking at two players, the Limerick full-back.
Cork had a concern about centre-half back Mark Ellis following a heavy knock in their semi-final against Clare. As it happens, the big number 6 is able to start in a side containing Damien Cahalan, also nursing a wound, and Aidan Walsh from the Cork football team, heavily beaten by Kerry. Limerick make a change at corner forward, where the tall David Breen has been preferred to Shawnee Tobin. At the other end of the field, Richie McCarthy was outstanding against Tipperary, while James Ryan was man of the match, and in Shane Dowling they had a match winner with 2 goals and 9 points to his name.